Yeah, for the first time. So, afternoon, I guess. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Marvin. I'm especially a Sarawakian also. So I'm from Bintulu. I hope that I can contribute back to Sarawak. So that's why I come here for this presentation. And I'd like to thank your lecturers, Ellen and Mr. Chia, for giving us this opportunity to share about this technology to you guys. Right? Yeah. So today I'm going to share about AI. So it will be a very high level kind of briefing for me. So in order to do deep insight, I think maybe you can discuss over the emails or Skype call, or I believe your lecturers also quite expert in this area. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a software engineer, so I'm .NET developer also, and I'm Microsoft MVP, right? So my expertise is actually in cognitive service and chatbot. So I'm not that depth into machine learning. I'm quite brief only, and this is my Twitter and my GitHub. You can actually take a photo, and this is our blog. So basically, we do some okay. So we actually will write some of the posts about what our findings and also what is our learnings from actually developing the software during our time, basically, even at work, at our personal learning. So we will, from time to time, we actually write the blogs about this to share across. So you can actually take note about our blogs so that you can actually go and find out. Yeah. Okay. So we actually even have the Facebook page for that. So you know that some of the people don't like to read blog nowadays, so they actually prefer to get some alerts from us with Facebook, right? Okay. So what is basically AI? So how many of you actually heard about AI? Yeah, pretty much everyone here, right? So what is AI? So a lot of people actually know, oh, AI is in Mandarin we call it 人工智能, all this, but in fact this is just a definition. So basically AI exists for quite some time already, but this is the so-called the trend coming out because of maybe hardware is now more capable and software is more efficient now, so people can actually do more than before. So AI is actually a science, okay? So it's training the systems, they're using the algorithms to learn about the data, then after that they do some predictions, do automations. So that's where AI and machine learning mix together. And AI in fact is actually built on top of machine learning, I would say that, and deep learning, all these things. Okay, so the main purpose will be understand the context. So what is the purpose of certain problems, or what is the purpose of the solutions? So try to understand the context using AI. Okay, then we learn about the patterns. So like you try to recognize a face. So basically we humans have a pair of eyes, one nose, one mouth, two ears, right? So they try to recognize all these facial identity, right? Okay, so they will recognize all these patterns, and even they use machine learning to actually detect like the Pine project, all this. They try to detect the sweetness, what is the light that blasts and reflect back, all these things, and of course to recognize the objects. Okay, so I will split into three categories. So AI will be on chatbot, one of it, and Azure Cognitive Service. So basically this is about ML, right? So first I will talk about chatbot. So I believe a lot of you actually heard about chatbot also. So when you nowadays you go Facebook Messenger, then you go come to a page, then it's not really a human replying you. It's actually a chatbot, right? So in 1990s, so this is our UI, right? So even earlier, maybe it's the black and white, the console, right? So in 2000, then we talk about website, right? We talk about websites. So we go webs, and in late 2000s and until today, we are talking about mobile apps. 人人有手机, everyone have a handphone, right? Okay. But today, you will see the trending over the world is actually moving towards chatbot. So now people tend to actually interact with so-called human-like of experience. So that's why, okay, so it's like you are talking to a human, so you feel that you are talking to a human with the chatbot. So you don't actually like navigate through the buttons nowadays. So that's how you place the order. You can say, hey, I want to order a pizza with something. So you can do it with chatbot. I want to go, maybe next time you order Grab also using chatbot. It's possible, I would say it's possible. So in Imagine Card project, you might as well think about this. Try to mix up with speech recognition, speech to text. Then after that, send to chatbot of Microsoft Bot Framework to be processed using the language understandings and QML. QML maker may not be necessary, but language understanding will help you to a certain level. So it helps you to process that, okay, what is the context inside, what is the identity or the object inside. So it will actually giving people that you are more trending, you are more into this industry, the IT industry, you are more techy than other guys. So I think that it's possible to actually do it, like impress people. So you would see that chatbot is actually increasing over the time. So you see that messaging apps is increasing. So that's why Facebook also increasing, WhatsApp, all this. So people actually tends to develop chatbot and attach to messengers, Line app or WeChat. But of course, WhatsApp is still very limited with the API, which they only opens up the API for business, I guess, right? Okay, so this is just a definition. I won't really go through. So four different benefits that chatbot is trying to achieve is reduce the human errors. So with language understanding, we call it LUIS, language understanding intelligent service or system. Service, right? Yeah. So in short, we call it LUIS. So it's from Microsoft. So it's a very powerful service that actually helps you to actually understand the context of the sentence. So you type in English. So what is your name? So it will actually knows that you are trying to ask him for a name. So if I type in, I order, I want to book a flight from Cebu to Kuching at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So it will know all these context inside the sentence, right? Okay, so you don't have to actually like asking people to fill up now, right? Okay, so and also handle uncomplicated tasks. So it's actually not to solve all the complicated things. So people always say, hey, when the technology get advanced, will they actually replace humans? Then next time we get jobless. So even like programmer like this, we also heard about code, like write the code that code another solutions, right? Yeah, some people actually talk about this, right? And also save cost on customer service. So basically nowadays you don't have to hire a physical person to do the customer service job. But in fact, if chatbot cannot handle, you still have to redirect to customer service to entertain your customers, right? Okay, and also create engagement because it's human-like kind of experience. So you feel that when you ask, people respond to you. So it's not about button and UI, right? Okay, and good thing about Bot Framework is it supports so many channel. We call it channel, but in fact it's different platforms that you can attach to. So the list is actually growing over the time. So nowadays I think they added Kik. I don't use Kik, so but other place of the world actually using cake. So this will actually growing. So I will demo this one of the later how you guys can actually set up the Borg framework. Okay, so and Borg framework also provides the SDK. So .NET developers like us, we actually rely on SDK pretty much. Alright, and also they have tools to cover end-to-end Borg framework development. So we have the Borg simulator, right? Then we have the Borg framework service that is hosted on Azure. So Azure, yeah, so cloud, okay. So Borg deployment and channel configuration in Azure as well. And one more thing is you can use Microsoft Visual Studio with the Borg templates to create a Borg applications also. Then you just straight away publish to the app service, then it works, right? So okay, so talking about so many things, so in a glance, so basically this is all the features that Borg framework can actually connect to and also use it on, right? So it can even do mail scanning, all this, right? Okay, so I will go to demo. I hope it actually works. Okay.
Unpin the pin.
Unpin. Yeah. Sorry, first time using it. Okay. Okay, so to create a chatbot I will just create a very basic one, which is a very default one provided by Microsoft. So okay, so you just have to type in bot on Microsoft Azure, then just hit create. Okay, so let's say this is demo, right? Then what else? Let's see. So there is two different templates. So one is called EchoBot. This is a very dummy one, I would say. So whatever you type in, it will echo back. So it's nothing to do, nothing fancy. So I will use this basic one. So see that it's actually using the LUIS and also Borg Analytic. But I love the last time one is actually they actually allows us to select Q&A maker also. So that means you have already a set of Q&A cheat sheet. So you just put in, then they can actually process and straight away you become a bot. Okay, then of course if you want to provide the integration with Teams, all this really comprehensive one, then you can start with an enterprise bot. So for now, I think for exploration, we can actually start from the very basic one. Okay, so for template, you just choose this. Then after that, for LUIS, I advise we use the West US still. You notice that it's not actually available in Southeast Asia. So of course, yeah, okay, so no choice. So this morning I tried to actually deploy on East Australia and it's actually not working. So I would say West US is the first one and of course it's the most stable one. And we don't need the application inside this case. Okay. So the rest so this is the step that you create a very basic bot framework, chatbot. Okay. So just hit create and let's wait for maybe 5 minutes. Or maybe I just okay, so I already have one, so maybe we can okay, let's go through wait for one. Okay, so I already actually created a bot for demo purpose. So this is when you actually create, after you created, so it will look like this. So so this is very default one. I didn't make any changes. So you see that you should actually load the web UI. Okay, so you tap hi. So it will actually giving you some response already. So this is very default, pure default one. Okay, so you can say that you can see that it actually even have the LUIS integrated already. So you see that it actually tells you that you can actually enter this. So I'd say like book a flight from Cebu to Kuching on maybe 14 July 2019. Okay, so for this case it doesn't recognize Cebu and Kuching most likely. Okay, so okay, so yeah, so where do you like to travel for? To, let's say Singapore, then from Cebu, let's say, hopefully. Yeah, from Cebu. So at least it actually can process I mean from and destination, okay? From and destination, then after that you're there. Right. And one cool thing is Port Framework actually have this UI kind of context really, so you can actually just click yes.
This is something similar with Asia ABA.
I never use it.
Yes,
Virtual assistant, right?
Yeah, Asia virtual assistant is
but
very.
That is more like a
Asia context, it's more of Asia context. Like for example, you want to cancel a flight, you want to do refund.
They can help you.
It is similar.
It's similar.
I don't know they use Port Framework to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
because now they cancel the calling center, they all use the Port Framework. You cannot call it.
Yeah.
Even call it, they don't bother you.
so that's the trend, but
Asia
yeah. So actually, I have used Jetstar virtual assistant before. So they actually say, okay, if you don't want to interact with chatbot, you just type like customer service.
Agent.
Yeah.
They will with agent.
Yes, correct. So that's the cool thing about the whole bot nowadays. So they can even know that this debt is actually represent for tomorrow. So you feel like it's actually a human that interact with you, right? Yeah. So just now we talk about channel. Okay. So see that by default it has the web chat enabled, and of course Cortana. Then we have the Microsoft Teams. It's like the Slack basically, and also Skype, and this is the direct line speech. So that means you can actually integrate with your applications already. So they just call the API, right? Then you can use email. And this is the direct line, which is accepting the text one. So that means if your application, you think that this UI is not suitable for your mobile apps or your native apps, you can actually call it using the RESTful API. Then you can straight away using this, right? Okay, so there's a secret key of this. So they even have the documentation, so you don't have to worry about how to do all the basic stuff. So they can actually tells you all the details about it. They even have the Swagger. So like what Chuning has demo. So they actually giving you some of the data models that you will actually have. Right. Okay. So if you want to understand more about Port Framework, you just go to this link, right? Or you go Google it for Microsoft Port Framework. Okay. So next thing I want to talk about is Azure Connective Service. So I think most of you is actually quite interested about AI. So Microsoft already put up a lot of services in different area in AI. So let's say computer visions, which is your actual expertise in. So computer visions, so it includes the face recognitions, face verifications, and face recognition. Yes. So virtual indexer is for to analyze the video. So what's the contents inside the video or the object inside the video? And of course we have the custom vision, which is a tools or a platform to train a model. Correct. Okay. So this is two different preview. One is in recognizer. I think it's is previously the one on UWP, now they put out on the cloud. Okay, then form recognizer is quite exciting one for businesses because in the industry we actually tends to translate the hard copy to soft copy. Then of course in Sarawak we have still using a lot of fax machine. Then after that this clerk will go and pick up the fax machine, the paper, then after that they enter into the system, right? So we can think about one of the solution for industry, so using the form recognizer, but of course it's still in public preview, right? Then we have the speech. So these speech services nowadays we have the text to speech, then transcription is basically during the meeting, so you can actually capture all the words that's said by different speakers. They even can recognize the voice from different speakers. So that's the very cool thing. And translations, okay, then speaker recognition. So, and this is one of the things that bot using a lot. So language understanding and Q&A macro. Okay, then text analytics is basically to check the sentiment. So like Facebook, maybe when people post about negative comment, like I want to suicide, then they will trigger. I mean, they will say, okay, your sentiment is negative. So you know that what action can be taken to this guy. If the guy is saying I'm happy, then you don't have to do anything, right? Yeah. Or maybe you can reward this guy and say, keep happy, keep be happy, right? Okay. Right. Okay. So that's the things that you can do. So immersive reader. So I'll skip this. So because I didn't really use this a lot, so I can't comment about it. Content moderator, anomaly detectors. So I think this is for this some of the industry to check the machine whether it's performing well or not, or even IoT. You can actually check whether maybe the environment is okay or not. Maybe it's out of our predictions. Maybe So it's all these kind of things. Then personalizer. So it's personalize the content. Then this is a very general one, which is all the big branded one is about search. And one thing I remember is not about search is I think spell check, which is basically not about search, but it's actually doing spell check. It's nothing much, right? Okay. So most exciting and most thing that we use a lot is vision category. So this is the thing that you can actually do. You see that it's all RESTful API. So you can call the API on which is you created on Azure. Then after that it will return all the data about this picture. So see that this picture is about flower. So you see flower. Then confidence level. Confidence level means how confident this face, I would say image recognition is. Yeah, the likeliness. Yeah, most likely is flower, or the name Daisy. Okay, so most likely also over 90%. So is also a daisy flower. So this is I think it's very good tool if we don't want to train the model. We don't want to spend the time to train the model, right? So we can go this way, right? And they have the so-called the OCR. So Chun-Ling and I actually have one side project that we try to do earlier, which is we try to create a form recognizer using OCR and custom vision, right? Even though I think the result is still okay lah, maybe 50%, I'd say. Yeah, up to 50%, I'd say, because custom vision wise, you have to train a lot, and different templates is the headache things, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can read all the text inside this image, right? So nowadays this is actually I prepared in last year, if not mistaken, this slide. But then nowadays they improve a lot for this OCR. Okay. So you can do it also. And face verification. Yeah. So you can actually check two different persons. So if you want to do security or secure login, then you can do all this face verification. So one project that I did also using this verification to do a search. So I identify this person and I search for its record. So you can use this also, right? Then we have emotion recognition. So it's nowadays it's called emotion detection maybe. So it's like checking this person whether is happy or not. So you can see the score. I think it's surprise, right? So this surprise, right? So it's kind of fun. Okay, so next one will be speech. So this is the custom speech. Can I play this? Let's see.
What's the lowest round trip fare from Denver to Pittsburgh?
So this you can see that it actually having the like the human like kind of voice, right? So it's not like the monotone kind of speech, right? Yeah. So this is one of the powerful things about Azure. So they can actually bring so they even.
An airport spokesman said more than 110 planes were damaged by hail.
So this is still
An airport spokesman said more than 110 planes were damaged by hail.
So you can see a little bit difference between both of them. One is a bit monotone at the end of the sentence, and the another one is actually more human-like kind of pronunciations. So this is introductions for speech, and we have language. Of course, this language understanding. So we demo just now using bot already. So when you type in command, they can actually extract out some of the information like places, where's your destination and where's your departure place, right? So this is yeah. So this one already demo just now. So container support. So nowadays we're talking about containerized services, right? So this is actually Microsoft already foresee that, so that's why they're putting some of the connected services into container support. So if you have IoT, some of the IoT have poor connectivity to internet, so we definitely expect some of the things are processed locally on the device itself, right? So yeah, so these are the three things, so not everything yet. Okay, then yeah, so ultimately Microsoft is actually tends to bring all the AI services, these three categories to containers. So that means this container can deploy to your edge devices like Raspberry Pi or some other IoT devices like Azure Sphere, right? Yeah. Okay, so I will demo computer vision. Okay. So this is one of the demo apps that we have is UWP applications. Okay, so this is detecting face recognitions. Okay, so you would see that it won't recognize dog, it recognizes only humans, right? And even tells you the emotion of this human, right? So it detects the face. So and cool thing about UWP, it can deploy to IoT device. So we actually demo this during our insider dev tours, that this UWP can be deployed to Raspberry Pi using the Windows 10 IoT core. Right. So one application that do demo. Okay. So what is the code inside? I would say, okay, let me find the. So this one is actually using the cognitive SDK. Right. So you have the subscription key endpoint. You just have to you have definitely have to create on Azure, obtain from Azure. Then after that, you create a face client. So this face client will do the verification, recognitions, and the emotion detection. Okay. Okay. So next one, I will talk about custom visions. Okay. So this is custom visions with the. Let me sign in first. So custom vision can actually do object detection and image classifications. So what does it mean is actually object detections means that it actually detect whether human exists in this picture or not. So we try to analyze whether this picture have human or not, let's say. Okay, but image classification or object classification is actually like splitting up whether this picture is flower or this picture is about leaf or this. So we have the demo about flowers. So this one is created. Okay, yeah. So this one is actually what tuning AI did. So basically we train some of the model using custom vision to detect the text, but I think the accuracy is not that good because the form itself is the template is not there, so you can't see the consistency. They can't extract out the information accurately. Right?
The bad thing about this is the processing behind is black box. I
Yeah.
don't know how to process. I don't know what model did they use.
Yeah.
They said they're doing SVM, they're doing neural network,
Yeah.
net.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's black box.
yeah,
I cannot kill the parameter also.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the bad thing. So can you feedback to Microsoft?
Um,
That is the bad thing because I
Yes.
use this also.
yeah.
I want to recognize car models. For example, Honda CT and Honda Jazz.
Mm.
Very similar.
Mm.
So
You mean from the front?
front very similar because they're using same engine,
Mm.
but the back side because the difference is on the back side.
Yeah. And the length.
And the length. So that is the if this one can tune a bit like for example, I want to choose regression, I want to choose SVM, multiple, like I want to choose any type of model, ML model, that would be great.
Really amazing, right?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Easy for me. I don't need to go to ML Studio.
Mm.
ML Studio very tough.
Yeah.
For example, they have to write here.
Yes.
Uh,
So I think okay, I don't know.
Maybe
we can feedback to Microsoft.
maybe
about
can
this.
feedback to
Yeah,
Microsoft.
it's-
We said we as a user, we have encountered this kind of problem because it's kind of black box behind. We don't know what happened,
Mm.
but we don't know how many millions of image we need to train.
Yeah.
That's the problem that we face now. Because we did use for this.
Mm.
My student did use for this to recognize all over the just Honda only, just Honda, but the accuracy is still not there.
Mm.
They still wrongly classified between Honda City and Honda Jazz.
Mm. Yeah.
Because we are very industrial kind of application here because we want to apply in the car wash industry. They want to automate the line.
Mm.
Because different car size, different money, different wash price.
The price.
Ah. So this is very important for the car line industry.
We will see how.
But that's my one of the because one of the feedback that from my students say they cannot tune.
Yeah. There's, I mean, the only way you can tune is basically you add more pictures and then you train again. That's the thing about custom vision.
Yes.
Because it's not in your control to train
Yes.
the model.
Yes. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is very basic one. I think some of you actually explored before. So, okay, so it can recognize two different types of flower basically here, the plants.
What does it do when you're blurry images?
Blurry images, I would say it will affect the results. So, like this case, if let's say this flower is blurry, it can be means for other plants. We because for machine itself, it may not know this plant is so better you create. You provide the very clear kind of image. Okay. So this is image classifications, and one good thing also about this is you can actually using the SDK to do it. So over here I have you see that okay, inside here. So I have several images here. So I have the Surface Pro and Surface Studio. So let's see. Okay, so this is Surface images, right? Surface Pro images. Zoom. Okay, extra large. Okay, so this is basically the Surface Pro images. So they can do the classifications about for these types of things. So this is Surface Pro, Surface Studio. Two different devices, and they cannot recognize. So basically, I have one. So basically, it will train the model first. It will send to custom vision. Then after that, it trains the model. Okay. Then after that, it will do a check. So over here, it actually creates images. Then after that, okay. So over here, it actually say train project. Okay, so this is where it gets to train the pictures, right? So over here, we create training project, and after that, it start training, and there it get the model. Then after that, okay, then down here is actually called classifying image, because we are doing image classification. Then it will use the test image to do a classification. So let's run it. And you can see that. So basically at the very beginning, it will create a project. Then after that, it will start uploading all these images to custom vision. Then after that, it train. Then it get a model. Then after that, it will tell us the result based on the test image. It will take some time. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you see that it actually created projects here. So yeah, so now it do the predictions. Okay, so it's actually a Surface Studio image. So it will tell you the confidence level also, right? Okay, so this is the thing about cognitive services I want to share. Okay, so one thing about a very good demo apps for this whole cognitive service is this app is developed by Microsoft. It's called the Sync app. So if you have iPhone, then you can download these applications only on Play Store. I noticed that. Okay, so it's like a combination of all the services that are available on the cognitive service, and then develop this. Of course, there are some ML algorithms behind it. Okay, then the next thing is about machine learning. The last part I would share. So, okay. Right. So we have the ML.NET. So now it's on 1.2 versions. So I think for .NET developer like us, we are more comfortable with C# or basically develop everything on .NET framework. So you can try this one, ML.NET. So good thing about ML.NET also, they support the extensions with TensorFlow and CNTK.
I use Aqua.
You use Aqua, yeah. So and one thing is they call it ONNX nowadays. There is an open neural kind of network exchange. Open neural network exchange, right? Yeah. So it's a very standard kind of I would say
ONNX is a open standard of the machine learning format.
Yeah.
So you train your model is on ONNX, and they will be able to use on all the different framework.
Yeah.
So
I think
Microsoft is adopting ONNX, right?
Facebook is one of them also.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very good to use. I mean, we can start using ML.NET, and it's officially, since it's 1.2, it's official build already. So you can do it on productions also, right? So you can do all the different models. You can use different algorithms also, right? So let me pull out this website.